Welcome, welcome everybody to Friday night with messages of love from above. I'm excited to see what Spirit's going to bring through today. Before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world, and whether you're watching this live or on replay, I would love for you to join me, and I welcome that. I'm just going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love cascade down into our hearts, fill us up, and flow out to the world. And if you are in need of love today, in this moment, when you watch this, for your heart, for your mind, your body, loved one, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me and for sharing your love. Happy Cancer full moon. So that is happening kind of a couple hours ago is when it was at its fullest, but you're going to see it and feel it for a few more days at least. Because it's such a powerful moon. It's ruled, Cancer is ruled by the moon. So there's a special bond and special expansion of love energy and expanse of whatever emotion you're feeling as well. So when I put out, let me just go ahead and I'll post that. When I put out last week's weekly energy updates, it talks about how you can make the most of that full moon energy for unveiling and releasing. So you can check that out if you would like to. And also this week, I announced the new giveaway process. Here's the video for that. So I am going to have a video every 2 weeks. And if you check it out, it'll tell you how you can enter for the drawing. It's about commenting on that specific video. And if I get 15, I already have more than 15 comments on there. So I'll be having a drawing for a 30-minute personal recorded reading. If I get 30 or more comments on that video, then I will also add in a 45-minute personal recorded reading into a drawing. And if I get 45 or more comments, I will actually add an additional 1 hour personal recorded reading into the drawing mix. So check that out if you haven't already, if you're interested in having a chance at winning one of those. And then we also put out a pick a card this week around what does Spirit want you to know right now and about abundance in 2023. So there's a pick a card for 4 options, and I really wonderful, interesting readings. I know I say that for all of them because they all feel that way to me. So, but there you go. That's what we have. All right. So enough about the advertisements for the videos. Let's get in, pop out the chat here, and we will get into the readings. Let me just shrink this down so I can actually see everything. All right, that looks good. And how this works, if you're new to my channel, for the free readings, I just start at the top end of the chat, and I just go down in the chat room. That is where you put your questions or ask for a general reading, and I just go down in order, first come, first serve. But if you want to have your reading prioritized, like you go, I need to know right now, making a donation does prioritize it. I do honor that energy exchange. And so I do step outside of the free readings, provide the reading for the donations, and then step back in order with the free readings and continue going down. I do have a donation already. So Vinita, thank you so much for your donation. You're so lovely. And so we will start with you this evening, and then we will continue down. So let me find your question. I did see it up there. Okay, so, and good to see you again, Vinita. So what is the best way to handle Shannon And is this really coming from her mister or her? Okay, ooh, we'll get to the bottom of this. Let me just move my microphone up so it's not so loud. I am going to use the Sun and Moon Tarot for this session again. I just really like those today, so we're going to use them. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. So we'll start with, where's this really coming from? Because that's the juicy stuff. You know, that's it. That's the way it is. And then what, how to handle this. We'll ask that secondly. All right. Let's see what we have. All right. Wow. So there is definitely a lot going on here, huh? Because we've got all of this fire coming in here with, I mean, you got the Prince of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So there's a lot of fire, a lot of energy that's involved in this. There's some conflict going on here, but there's also some victory. It's kind of this mixed bag that things do turn around here for this situation. But with the Prince of Wands here ruling the fire here, which would be the Knight of Wands, I would say that this is coming from her mister, with it being the masculine lion drawing the chariot here, especially if they're a fire sign. If they're a Leo, oh my God, they're the ones that are pulling the chariot. But um, there definitely is, there is some fire that's coming here with all that, because you have the Five of Cups here too, which is about the emotions, and here's all the spilt disappointments that are floating around, and I feel like this would be Shannon, and this is like whatever is going on here emotionally. She's got the Two of Cups, which would be her relationship with her mister. She has that close aside to her, and she's reflecting on all the stuff out here. But this is like right by her side, so I really feel it's the partnership there that is uh, at the heart of whatever is happening. Um, and there's the Four of Swords. This is the peace of mind card, though. So, I feel like there's this calmness around this subject. It does say truce at the top. um, so let's find out more about this truce, because I feel like these other cards are going to expand on that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the big thing here to start off is the Three of Pentacles here. And the Three of Pentacles tells you to be true to yourself. Don't, be uh, taken off the authentic path of you being you, afraid of, that we're going to upset someone or lose someone's support. It's like such a card of saying, try not to get pulled in any directions. Just try to silence everyone out of your mind and out of your heart, out of your life, and just go, what do I want and why do I want it? And I'm going to stay true to my authentic self and make the choices based on that, because you also have the Queen of Cups here, which the Queen of Cups not only rules over emotion, but she also gets a second helping of water and emotion, which allows her to dive deep and understand herself, but also it allows her to have this huge connection with spirit. So trust your gut, trust your intuition. And I really feel, with the two of these here, there is this, definitely about staying true to you and withdrawing to you and just really honing into what you want, what other people, what other people do want or don't want. It's about choosing your path, choosing and trusting your gut and your intuition. Because you do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the 10, the ending's a new beginning. Things are going to turn in your favor here. It's the fortune, the tune of for you. That's why I like to call it the Wheel of Fortune. the fortune. And you have the death and the rebirth, endings and new beginnings. So I feel like things might just take care of themselves here uh, anyway. And if not, I really feel like this is saying just um, if you can end it and just kind of sever whatever is going on, you don't have to it doesn't have to be in your life. It doesn't have to impact you. You can just let it let it end. Don't let the ending of it take you off of your authentic course. You know, if there's someone that supports you, if it's something that impacts you, you know, it's just stay true to you, and you don't have to defend, you don't have to be the hero, you don't have to make everything better, you don't have to be the first one to apologize, you don't have to be the one to smooth things over. You know, it's like this, you know, huge you know, this is just huge you know impact in your life. You know, I really feel like with the death and the rebirth and that wheel of fortune with that 10, when we're asking what's the best way to deal with it, just um don't let it be anything in your life anymore. If it's possible to totally, you know, just get rid of it all and cut it off. You know, if it's dragging you down, it's like you don't have to be a mat, you don't have to be, you know, the doormat where people walk over. It's like, you know what, I'm going to choose for me and my son, and that's it. And that's what you get to do. And I like it for you because it's very empowering and freeing regarding this. So that is what I'm getting through here for you, Vinita. So the best way to handle it, and it's really coming from them. So that's what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation, and hang in there. Sending you lots of love and blessings to you. Absolutely. They hear you. They see you. All right. Love you too. All right. So Shivi, you thank you for your donation. And let's see here. You're asking, can you ask 4 questions in a row? Quickies. Yeah. No, you can definitely. Um, and you don't have to do like 4 separate donations. If you just want to chunk it all together, you can do that. And then yeah, pop your questions. We'll do quickie ones for you there. So what's question number 1? And we will get started here for you. So we'll pull 4 different cards. And it'll just be, since you want quickie ones, we'll just do 1 card each for each of the 4 questions. Spirit already knows what it is, so they're already popping up cards here. Wow, that one went flying out. Okay, that's number 3, and that's number 4. All right. So I am ready when you are, Shivi. And thank you guys, everyone, so much already for all the thumbs up that you give the video to. It just helps spread the Zen love, and it helps. So thank you so much for being a part of that that huge tsunami of love that comes out. The thumbs up does help the YouTube algorithm get excited about the videos of the channel. So I appreciate you guys taking time to do that. All right. All right. So you have the 2 of Cups here that's coming in, Shivi. So yeah, it's because you have the 2 of Cups here for your first question. Boyfriend or arranged marriage? And the 2 of Cups is about love, 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 love. So, you know, this would be the highest experience would be the one of love. And it seems like this would be your boyfriend, right? Because you're not in there, you know, in there for that. The arranged marriage, you might not even know them or have feelings for them. This is all about love, 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 love. So uh, that I think when we had asked before, the arranged marriage might have been the one that turned out for some reason. But So, question number one, boyfriend is what I'm feeling from spirit, right? So, that's question number one. What's question number two? Hey, Renee, you'll be up next. All right, Shibi. So, Shibi, well, I have the cards here. So, while we wait for you to type your other questions, I'm going to go ahead. Renee, if you pop your question. Okay, there's number two. Great, thank you. So, I'll try to bounce in between just for sake of time because I want to try to get through as many readings as we can for everyone tonight, too. So despite your differences, why are you and your boyfriend a good match? You get confused often. We have the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Swords is balancing of heart and mind. And, why it's a good match, I feel, is that you're opposites. You know, even though, um, you know, I kind of feel like you have enough in common that, of course, draws you, but there is this opposites, the things that you like in one another that draws you to one another. Like one of you is quiet and the other one is very outgoing, and they like that in the other. And so they like want some of that for themselves and they want to be able to be that. The other one, they're like, they are always around people and they like, so it's like you guys are drawn to each other because of the opposites. There's things that you like in each other that you don't have for yourself yet, and you're teaching each other, you're bringing each other more towards the middle instead of having like one of my relationships, I was all work, and if there's time over then we play. The other was all play, there's time left over, we'll do the housework and do the work. And we pulled each other more towards the middle where there's enough things that need to get done and then let's go play. And they were kind of brought in a little bit too, and I feel like that's kind of what they're bringing in there, is that there are these opposites for you, and that's what draws you together, and that's why you challenge each other um, with it. But when you get confused often, the confusion, I don't feel, has to do with your um, it has to do with fears, because the Queen of Swords also has the Ace of Swords, which helps you cut away small t truths that are related to the fears of losing conditional love. So confusion comes in when we get scared because we actually leave our brain in a way to go into survival mode. And so that's when we get these confused feelings because our brain doesn't want us to think and get eaten by something as we contemplate if it's a saber-toothed tiger or a lion or a panther. It's like it just wants us to react. It doesn't want us to think. So some of the confusion I feel has to do with fears around that. So that's what number two is there. And then Renee, well, we're waiting for number three question there, Shibi. Okay, there we go. So number three, will your parents happily agree eventually to let him marry? Okay, let's take a look here. Well, we do have the Four of Wands here, which is the marriage card, which is stable energies. So this would be a yes, that they will eventually agree, or there eventually will be marriage for you. So, but they definitely, I mean, that's, you can't get a clearer answer than that, than yes, because that is the marriage, one of the marriage cards. So that would be a yes for that one. Fast and furious for that one. And then we are ready for question four. Will you be happy with him lifelong, or his place of choice? All right, let's take a look here. Well, you do have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands basically tells you that whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. And so you can be happy or you can choose to be unhappy. The Two of Wands is the power of choice. One of the power of choice cards that tells us that whatever we focus on is what grows and expands. So if we focus on what we fear, or what we don't want in our life, or what we do have in our life, or that we feel is missing, all that grows and all that expands and gets huge. But if we focus on what we're grateful for, what we um, do want in our lives, focusing on joy and peace and love, all that expands as well. So you can be happy in, wherever you go, because that is your choice. No matter where they go, no matter where you are taken, you get to choose what you expand and grow and experience, because everything in the outside world just happens, but you're the one that gets to choose what energy you put around it, what emotion you want to feel as you go through it, and what story you put to it as well. So, no matter what comes our way, in theory, we could choose to be happy about it. Some of them are more difficult. I get it. It's like, I just lost my job today, and people are like, "Why are you so happy? You're acting like a crazy person." But if it was a if we can trust that everything unfolds for us and comes into our life on purpose for a purpose, then that does happen. So those are the four questions there, Shivi. I feel like with all of that, they were talking about that it's all up to wherever you invest your energy, because if you focus on, you're grateful for your job, you're grateful for this, and da 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 da, it's going to expand it and grow it, and you're going to be successful. But if you have this, if you look at it and go, oh, you know what? I just know this isn't going to work out. I just know that this is stealing my opportunities. I just know you're growing it and it's going to come to fruition. That's how powerful we are. It's like, I really feel like they're saying there is this, huge, huge um, power that you hold over the direction of how things go. And because we can choose to be happy and put a story of love and emotions of love and energy of love around any situation if we choose to. But we can also choose the opposite and choose all those stories and emotions and energy of fear. There's not right or wrong, they just are different. One's contracting and we get to feel all those fear emotions, one's expanding and we get to feel all those other emotions. So yeah, I like it. So there you go, Shivi. So um definitely. um, so, like I said, you don't have to do individual separate donations for each one of those. You can just make one lump sum for all those if you'd like. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So if you end up going that direction, you get to choose, right? Again, it's all about the power of choice. It's like, well, the work I like to do, well, if we trust everything unfolds for us, then if it's not available there, either you will do things to help bring it there, or you will find something that is more in alignment that makes your heart sing even more. So it will unfold on purpose for a purpose, and you'll be able to go, okay, this is why this happened for me, not happened to me, if we look at that. All right. So, Renee, you are very welcome. And again, thank you for your donation. And Renee, so thank you for yours as usual. You're so great. So your first one, a yes or no, do you sense you have any issues with, okay, if you could, it could honestly be in my head. Okay. And as we say, when we're looking about medical or anything like that, um, tarot should not replace, consulting. And I know it seems like you said you've already consulted and things like that. But I have to say that for the sake of this video, that it's not, tarot should not replace professional uh, information from licensed professionals, etc. And ultimately, everyone gets to decide what they do with information. So there we go. disclaimer made. And so let's take a look here and see a yes or a no. Are there any issues with regarding these items there? Well, you've got the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So swords are thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, but the Knight of Pentacles is about the outside world. But you have the Ten of Pentacles, which seems like this Ten of Pentacles is about abundance in the outside world, not a negative card. And you have the Strength card here too, which represents your human and your higher self coming in here. So, there is, this would be about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, but this is also is about the physical world. But the wealth card here, the Ten of Pentacles, shows about an abundance in your outside world. So I feel like they're almost saying it's a little bit of both, um, that there's, we can have these symptoms in our bodies, and I think we talked about stress and how, fears and stuff can impact us. But with that Ten of Pentacles, I just really feel like they're saying that there's, um, not anything to worry about in the outside. So, um, it just feels like all of this is pushing you to connect more with your higher self, and this is where peace comes from. This is where just this love, just this connection, just this alignment of body, spirit, mind, and soul. It just feels like it aligns everything when you connect upward to your higher self. Because the Prince of Pentacles is the pursuit, that's the knight that pursues their worth in relation to the outside world. And the Prince of Swords is pursuing higher knowledge, things that are related to um, capital T truths in unconditional love that are rooted in unconditional love and not the fears of the outside world. Ten of Pentacles, like I said, is a very solid number for the outside world, and the higher self, brings in that higher perspective, allows us to see things so much more clearly as well. So that is what they have for that first one. And then you also wanted to know more about your experience working for Steve. Very good. All right. So working for Steve here. Yeah. Yeah, I do like that. I mean, you've got the Six of Cups, which is about equal giving and receiving emotions, and it's pleasure. But this, cards keep on coming up that almost look like romance, but it's not. It's a great partnership. It's almost like someone's going to call each other my work wife, my work husband, because it's like you guys work so well together, but there's not a romantic connection there. It feels very equal giving and receiving with it. And we've got this uh new birth feeling, this success feeling, this wonderful unfolding that comes on, you know, um, through this too. So, I mean, we already knew, I think this kind of came out before about abundance and things coming in. And again, Chariot. So, victory, movement, very blessed, event there. And the King of Wands too. So, very much focused movement. This is entrepreneur energy too, and I feel like they give you a lot of responsibility and authority very quickly, to where it's almost like you're taking on your own job, and they're giving you your own projects, and they're giving you these own things that stretch you. But I don't feel like there's someone that's there's people that don't trust others, and they just hold it so close, and they're just like, Psh, no, sorry, that's it, type of thing. They are like, here, this is yours, you get to do this, and you're like, what? I don't know if I'm ready for this. And they're like, you'll learn, let's go. So I really feel they're that kind of person. So, and let's take a look here. And you said, how would working for him increase your social capital and career life? Okay. Well, I think it's going to do very well. You got the Wheel of Fortune here, so that's a good, that's, definitely it's abundance in both places. Again, pleasure comes up here, the Six of Cups. So social capital, I feel it really brings in a nice balance of emotions, and those are plus signs there. And also we have here, there's just a lot of work. Ten of Wands is a lot of work. He's really gonna make you um, stay on your toes and do a lot of stuff. But this also represents harvest, that you also get a lot from it all as well. So I like it for you, Renee. So that is what we have there. All right. So we will continue on here. I do have a couple of other donations. So thank you so much for your questions, Renee. And that is what they have. So, Rhonda, I think you are next. And then I do have a PayPal one, which I will take a look at here in a moment. So, Radha. Yeah, new love. I should get to new one. To free readings here in a moment. I just have Radha and then one more, and then unless I get other donations, but I should be able to get to those pretty quick here. Thank you for your patience. All right. So, Radha, let me see here. Oh, good. I am glad I'm back on too. So, do you feel you will stay safe at your current company for the whole of 2023? Oh, recession. Okay, I get it. No judgment, Renee. No judgment. All right. So let's take a look here, Radha. What does Spirit want you to know about your employment for 2023 with recession and all that? All right, I don't see anything that's concerning here, because you've got the Three of Pentacles, which is all about just staying true to you. And I mean, this is the work, you know. So it's like staying true to you, that you don't have anything to worry about. You don't need to try to do anything differently to try to, out of fear, that you'll feel you get, like you're on the low piece. I feel like they're saying just stay true to you. You have pleasure coming in here. Just there's this equal giving and receiving with employment. And I even feel like here with the Ace of Swords here, um, I feel like this is new knowledge, new training that they actually even put you in this year. So I feel like that will help you with your concerns when they offer you training to cross train into another position as well. So where you feel like you're not on the chopping block, right? Because you feel like you have more value. But I feel like there is more training, more knowledge that you're gleaning this year. And so you're good there. Um, and I feel like they're going to give you an opportunity here, even within your job. With that cross training, eventually they're going to allow you. Do you want to go continue on your current path, or do you want to go into another department or another position? And with this, they're kind of saying that it's important for you to, when you're making the decision, trust your heart. Don't make it based on fear or like what's logical and blah blah blah. Allow your heart to have a seat at the table when you're making the decision. Is this something I'd enjoy? Like that, because the Nine of Wands here shows that, where you might have felt there was a block before where you couldn't move through. Well, you're realizing too, as the year goes on here, how valuable you are, and that this little star wand back here is actually your Ace of Wands, and you're able to move that and step through the barriers. And so where you felt there was things hindering you before, really, really look at how much you really have to offer. And I feel like you're taking your power back into your hands, and you're realizing that whatever you focus on with that wand is what grows and expands. Excuse me. So if we focus on our fears and, you know, what's missing and those types of things, that'll grow and that'll expand. But if you focus on what you're grateful for and what you value in yourself and what you do want to have come in, then that expands instead. So I really do like that. And yeah, I feel here with the Hierophant, when you really get into your inner truths, which was what the Hierophant is about, is one of the things it is digging deep and understanding who you are and what you want in your life. This energy just comes in fast and furious in a good way. That is swiftness. Things change in a positive way and things really start to happen. But it's about really looking into your heart and going, what am I fearing? Look at who I am, what I have to offer, what I can do. And then also, what would make my heart sing? What do I want to do with my life? Because sometimes we get stuck into what's safe and what's stagnant and it's existing rather than living. And I feel like as you dig deeper into what you really are wanting, that does change things for you. It changes the energy around you. And I feel that is when this new opportunities for training come up. And maybe you wouldn't have looked into it before, but you go, look, they are offering this, and I'm going to see if I can get in there. And then that's where this other opportunity comes up for you to move into as well. So I'd like it for you. So that is what they have. Again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. All right, let me just check my email here and see. All right. So thank you so much for the PayPal donation. Let me just see if you are here in the chat. And sometimes the name in the PayPal doesn't match your YouTube one. So this is the question about what's next in your love life. Should you remain single? So whoever that is for, you know who that is. Okay, there you go. All right, that makes sense. All right, very good. So let's take a look here and see what we have here. So, what is next in your love life, and should you remain single? All right. Whoa, all right. So for now, I do see here single for right now, not forever, because you have the nine of the hermit, the nine pentacles, which hermit is by themselves. They kind of step away, and then they look into this themselves. They look inward and they look at that. Because they have here with the Princess of Swords, this is about you looking into the capital T truth, seeing your beliefs and things around expectations around relationship and around who you're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, what a relationship is supposed to be, all that blah 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 stuff, right? All the stuff that makes us feel restricted. But you're looking into that. This is what's going on while you're in the hermit mode of really diving deep in here, understanding that. And that's expanding things. It's increasing your self-love. It's releasing the cage from around you, which is allowing less control around the how and the who, and also helping understand the what and the why that you have around it, which is great because it does change things. I mean, literally, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which then, as you go through this, the wheel starts to turn and things start to change, and new things will enter your life eventually. The faster you do this, the more that you do this, the faster the wheel turns. So all of this I'm sorry, all this is dependent upon this over here. And you definitely do reach this point because you leave behind old ways of thinking and old cycles, and you do move forward into a new adventure in a new way, which I really like because it means that you're not doing what we always did and getting what we always got, right? It's like you're expanding, you're raising your love vibration, and you're attracting and magnetizing yourself to bring in a new kind of love, which is like this, the 10 of Pentacles, which is abundant and overflowing and full, in the outer world. So it does come here. So you will have love, but they do have you looking inward at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. We're all given all these tons of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts when we're younger, right? That come in. So that is what they're having you work on for right now. So yes, for right now, they're saying single is the most enjoyable thing for you. Otherwise, you're just, where we're at with our energy, we're just going to attract these mirrors that we have before. And I feel like you are already at this point of like, I know what I need to look at. I don't need to look at another one of those mirrors. Please go ahead and pause it. So spirit is kind of having the love area of your life go slow, so that you're working on that and looking at that, releasing left and right these thoughts and these beliefs of like, why do I think it has to be that way? Let me give the universe and the creator more freedom to of the hows and the who's, and because I trust you have what's for my highest good always in mind. But I can't trust my opinions that I've been influenced by all these humans down here. I know you guys know all the what's best for me, right? So that is what they have for you, Madeline. So I like that for you. So I know it's like, but it's for the best, right? So that's what they have. So many, many blessings. You are very welcome. And thank you again for your donation. All right. So I do have one more donation there. So sorry, new love. We'll get to you, I promise. We're only at 45 minutes. I have an hour and 15 minutes. So I should be able to get, I think you're number one, right? So I should be able to get to yours. I'll make sure I get to yours. How about that? I guarantee I will do you at least the first free reading, but I'm sure we'll get to more here. All right. So Brenda, hey, so you're trying to, okay, but you did make a donation, but you're okay. Okay, very good. Yeah, and any donation amount. I know everyone has different um, funds available at different times in their life. So definitely. So you'd love to ask. You're with a guy currently, and you're pondering whether to break up with him and move on. Moving on to mean that you marry the one your parents introduced you. So okay, okay. So we'll say, let's get the energies here for both. So if you stay with the current one, what kind of energies are coming your way here? What would spirit like you to know around them? And then if you break up and move on, okay, well, yeah, you got the Three of Wands, which is movement. Let's take a look here. What would this one bring? Okay. Well, so it's pretty clear here, Brenda. So the current one, it's like indecision. Um, the but they have the Ten of Swords here, which is about so many expectations, and I almost feel like so many disappointments, so many things that you have to live up to, and just it feels like you're trapped. It feels like you're just kept almost like you have to walk on eggshells, like you can't be you. You have to like hide pieces of you that you can't, like express yourself. The Two of Swords is kind of like, this um heart and mind usually is like when you're making decisions, it's like your heart and your mind are involved. But I almost feel like when it comes to um the current situation you're in is that they don't allow you to make decisions. I almost feel like I need to hide this card behind here because they're the ones that decide everything. They're the ones that say, no, 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 this is the right way. No, what are you doing? Da, da, da. It just feels so exhausting being with, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So where you're at. So those are the two cards that came out for the first one. The second one, oh my gosh. I mean, let's just start off with this one. Um, the most victorious, bright, shining. I mean, we could stop here and be like, yep, definitely the ones that your parents introduce you to. Um, it's the most victorious out of the two. And there's this empowerment that comes within that relationship where you get to voice yourself and step forward and be yourself because you've got the Magician and you have the Three of Pentacles, which this is about allowing yourself to be true to your authentic self. And also the Queen of Wands that comes in, which is you being able to express yourself, make choices, not hide, be the fiery person you are and be bright. You don't have to hide or dim your light. You're able to be yourself and able to shine. And this confidence comes through with it too. And I just feel like they support you, um, with that. And I feel here is the King of Cups. So this is like them offering you love and offering you, they're a balanced individual. Um, I feel with this where they have a good balance of intelligence and emotion. They're not like only in their brain, but they're also, you know, um, able to express emotion, So I feel like they're a balanced individual, especially compared to the other one that I feel is like, woof, and then ultimately the Three of Wands is spirit saying, yeah, the change of course and going with this other person is what would be for your highest experience and for you to be able to express you, in the world. So that is what they have for you. It's very clear. And so, like I said, especially when you're like, yeah, that Ten of Swords feels like me now. We're like, the other is bright and sunshiny and like, wow, look at that. So I do like that. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. And I'd like that for you. All right. You are very, very welcome. Did you have another question? Looks like you made a second donation there. Or is that just a celebration one of like, yay? Sure. What's the follow up question? Rhonda. Rhonda, you want to be a good person. You are a great, perfect person. Right, so, okay, let's see. He definitely has with the King of Pentacles, because this came flying out as I was focusing on what your question would be. So they definitely are successful. They will be abundant. Let's see, will they be working abroad or working in India or being government job? So let's take a look here. They got the Three of Pentacles too, which is work. So here's the three different choices. Okay. Yeah, they've got the Hanged Man here, which is about seeing things from a different perspective. It feels like they're going to be hanging around um, where they're currently at for a while. Um, and with the Three of Swords here, has to do with expectations. It's funny with these threes; they're like it almost feels like they were saying they're going to choose where they want to go, and the fears we have, that's what I feel they want you to look at while you're waiting here with this Hanged Man is, do you have fears about any of them? And while you're waiting for things to happen, you can look at your fears of what are your fears about if they worked abroad or if they work in India or if they were in government. Are there any fears around it? And while that's happening, you get to just get to the peaceful place that you're okay with whatever happens. You'll be supportive of it, right? Which I like because she's the Queen of Cups. Um, so there's this Queen of Cups here, which is about, diving deep into your emotions, because she rolls over emotions and the Queen gets extra emotions. And so she does dive deep into it, and has a great intuition. So trust your gut. But really, I feel like the main thing is like what I was talking about is you get to understand your emotions and your fears around whatever it goes, whatever they do, and you get to be at peace with it in these calm waters, and just be this supportive. You have this be able to support whatever decision is made, and you're like, I'm ready to go with the flow wherever it goes. I'm good. And I feel like that's kind of what is happening, um with that, because they're saying, here's the Hanged Man, we're hanging around here for a bit, but while you're waiting, so they're kind of keeping it secret with that ace of I'm sorry, with the Hanged Man. And they have the Wheel of Fortune. They said trust that whatever unfolds is going to be perfect, for you. It's going to unfold perfectly. It's all fated. You can trust that whatever happens does unfold for you. um but so they're like, trust us for now, just trust and look into your fears of each one, with that. So yeah, because here are the Nine of Swords. Here's the insomnia nightmare card. All the fears. This is what they want you to look at, because this is why they're having the Hanged Man be hanging there, not telling you it, because for now, this is the highest experience they have for you there. At time of marriage, so I almost feel like it's where he's at now. Here's the High Priestess again, going back, diving deep into your emotions. Let me just real quick see if they'll give me here. So I'm going to put 3 cards. One's working abroad, India, government. So it's interesting because I was like, working in India is the Hierophant, which is getting to understand the true themselves. I just don't feel like that's like a yes for that. And then the working in India, this shows different direction. But in a government job here in India, we have the justice card, which would be like for me government. So I feel like they're going to be in government job in India to start off, and then who knows where you go. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. So thank you again so much for your donations. Um, yeah, working abroad is not yet. I feel like with that, they still need to figure out what they want to do and where they want to go. That Hierophant is about getting into their inner truths. So I feel like that's more, that. Um, so that is what I would say. Not yet for that. All right. So again, thank you so much for all your donations, everyone. And thank you for everyone that was patiently waiting for your free readings. We are ready to start those. Woohoo! So we're starting off with number one, New Love. Thank you so much. And thank you for answering Serenity too. Yeah, I haven't started the free ones yet, but let's see how many we can get through. So a general reading for you. And do we want tarot? Yeah, we want tarot. So let's take a look here. What do they have for you, New Love? Well, you do have a new direction coming up here because, wow, I like this for you because you've got the death and the rebirth. I love how they have this, like the phoenix rising from the flames. And you have the Three of Wands here too, which is about a change in directions, moving in a different direction. And with the Princess of Cups, the Page of Cups, it's about new love coming in. So there definitely is this change that's happening. Some things are burning away out of your life. And so once the smoke clears, you do head off in a different direction, which does bring in a new love. So I do like that for you. So if there's some, I was going to say some what do they call the brush, the dried old brush, or they're showing me tumbleweeds, the old tumbleweed. If there's tumbleweeds, hanging around, you're like, I just see you chunking them into this giant bonfire and burning them up. And you're like, you're cleaning things out. You're getting things that no longer serve you out of the way. And there's this rebirth that's happening. And you're just like, for some people, you just you're at your wit's end of where it's at. And you're just like, you know what? Um, you're a very patient person, but some people have just pushed it beyond limits, and it's okay. They've done their purpose. They've brought to you what you wanted to see, and you're ready to let it go, and you're ready for this new adventure. You're ready to head off in a new direction. You're ready for a rebirth. All about me in 2023. I'm going to make those t-shirts because it's like a year of you choosing you instead of being like a mat and feeling like everyone's just using your energies, and you're like, no, I'm gonna put up boundaries for certain people because it's just they don't know when to stop. And so you are allowing yourself to do that, which I like because huge hearted people, we know how that goes. So that is what they have for you, New Love. So again, thank you for all your patience. I know it took about an hour to get there, but thank you so much, and thanks for being here. All right, so Esther E, you are up next. So what is coming up in this month for January? All right. So for January, woo, okay. So you do have some endings and some new beginnings that will be coming in this January, which is all right. The Tower card does tell us, I think in this one too, yeah, they don't have any doors down here. And so there's sometimes we have areas in our life where we feel trapped and that we can't get out. And sometimes we feel it's like we feel safer with the devil, we do know, than wanting to, get out of our comfort zone. And so sometimes things have to be removed out of our life for us so that it can clear a path that we can move forward in a direction that we maybe we were hesitant to go down, or to clear space in our life to allow something to come in. So as things happen, as things in January get removed out of your life, try to remember that it's happening for you and it's not happening to you. I know when the big lightning strikes, it's like, oh no, my shack out in the middle of this property is burning down, and it's my old shack. I really was attached to that shack. And but then the insurance person comes and they tear it all down and put up this beautiful condo in its place, because it was covered under insurance. And you're like, I'm so glad that that lightning bolt burned down that old shack. I'm not attached anymore, and so I feel like this is what's coming in for you for January right now. So that's a little peek into your January, Esther. I like it for you. Just remember, picture the condo or the castle, whatever replaces that tower or that shack. That's what's coming in there for you. So that is what they have. All right. So, Starfall, you are up next for the next free reading, and I'm going to go a little faster to try to get through as many free readings as I can. I'm going to make them a little more mini than expansive. I'm trying to figure out how we can do it, because I know that the free list does get long very fast, and with donations, sometimes I don't get to as many as that everyone would like, including myself. So we'll figure out some stuff. All right. So what's coming in love for you in the next few months? Well, you do have the Three of Pentacles here. And I feel like this is Spirit saying, don't try to be who you think other people would want you to be in order to attract them or to keep them or to have them show interest in them. It's really the Three of Pentacles is really saying be true to the authentic you and just be you. Try not to worry about who you'll disappoint or whose support you'll lose, because eventually it just grows tiring trying to remember who I'm supposed to be in front of someone. And eventually, if they're not attracted to who we really are, they'll lose attraction when our mask falls eventually, right? And not that you wear masks, but I feel like we're all influenced by fears of praise and punishment, and there really are just really zeroing in for you to be the true you. So I feel like in the past people have been unkind around things with that. And you have the Six of Swords, which is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking around love as well. So you are standing up and really going, you know what? I am letting these opinions go of what a relationship is supposed to be, and I'm going to make it. Uh, um, I'm going to stay true to what I want it to be. I'm not going to go, well, everyone else says it should be this way. I'm like, I really don't care if it's that way. This is what I care about, what I want. And they really want you to focus in that, because you do have the Page of Wands, which brings in passion. It brings in inspiration, but really new passion, new spark that comes in from that, from you being your authentic self. Because other people are too. They're tired of seeing a facade of, they're like, I have no idea who they are. It's like everyone's blending in together, trying to be the same person. But when you stand out being just you catch someone's eye who is attracted for you, for the authentic you. So I like that for you, Starfall. So that is what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right. So Anya Ahuya, you are the next free reading coming up here. And so your crush and you next week prediction. All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on next week between you and your crush. What does Spirit want you to know? So we've got the Four of Pentacles. It's pretty, I almost feel like this is just, it's stable. It's the normal. Nothing Nothing huge is happening. I know it's like, what? But that's what I feel from the card. The Four of Pentacles is a solid foundation. It's like it is what it has been up to this point. There's not like a whole lot of change, but what Spirit is saying is what you can do as things just, you know, are kind of the going as they have been going is looking into your own thoughts and your own beliefs and your own mindsets that have been making you feel trapped and bound and blinded and almost feeling like you're at the whim here of the outside world. I love how they do this with the strings here because when we have fears, the fears of losing conditional love and these beliefs that we have around love and needing having certain things come into our life around them, we can feel like whatever happens in the outside world, suddenly something happens and my arm goes up and I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to do. It's like that string is controlling that, and we feel out of control because we've been taught that when this happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel, what I'm supposed to think about it. When that happens, then this arm goes up. This is what I'm supposed to do and feel and think about it. But when you question, where are these opinions coming from, these fears of losing conditional love, we get to start snipping those strings away, which allow us to feel more in control. And so it's clearing away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around how a relationship is supposed to be, what love is supposed to feel like, and who you're supposed to be in love and who they are and all that. So I feel like that's what's unfolding next week is what Spirit is saying, that because it's just kind of like beep, it's almost like it's not like they're dead, but it's just kind of like, yeah, it's just kind of going what it has been going. But what emotions pop up in your heart, and those are usually fears that are rising for us to look at and go, what does this mean about me? What do I believe this means about me? And let me look into that, because there's freedom that comes from those strings. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Anya. So many blessings for you. All right. So Valverde, you are the next free reading up. You like a weekly general reading. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. So you do have the Five of Wands that's coming in for you. And the Five of Wands is like energy that starts off feeling like friction and conflict, but it actually ends up transforming, and you see it as more of support and love and seeing it in a different way, because fives are all about transformation. And so this energy moves from one way to another, that comes in. So whatever the conflict is that arises, try not to become inflamed with like those flames. Try not to react as much as you can. I know we have our triggers and we might, but post reaction, take a deep breath and try to look and go, what were my triggers? What was this? Why was this happening for me today? What was this trying to show me? And it transforms things by the end of the week. I kind of feel like it almost happens at the beginning, and then you're able to, if there's an altercation with someone where people kind of get a little harsh with their blah blah blah, that you're able to reach out and go, hey, I just wanted to follow back up with what happened earlier this week, and you know I'm sorry I was a little short, with that, and this is what was going on, and so I hope everything's okay. And it's like it just creates this bond, and they're just like, wow, it changes the relationship that you have with someone because of doing that. So I like that for you, Belverde, because it's very healing and very empowering too. I know, and I hate eating crow, but it feels good because you're realizing you're not blaming them for like, well, when you did this, it made me feel this way. It's like, in that situation, this was one of my triggers, and this is what was going on inside of me. And so sorry that you got the brunt of that. And so they're like, wow, you're not blaming me, you're sharing, you're reaching out, and it just creates this new trust, which I like. So that's what they have for you, Valverde. I know you're like, maybe I'm taking off next week. or you're gonna spend all your time alone. All right. But don't. They'll find you. You can run, but you can't hide. All right. So Miss Sweet Like Honey, you're up next. So what's the significance of you and CG's interaction? All right, let's take a look and see what they let you know about that. All right. So a couple things. One is that it really caused you to go in super emotional reflective mode, it seems. Like you really were like, wow, just this, it triggered, I don't know if it triggered memories, but it definitely triggered emotions that were echoing from the past. And, the Queen of Cups definitely can dive deep into their emotions because they roll over water and all the queens are given extra water. So she dives deep like a whale. She take a deep breath and she can go way, way, way deep down in there. I wouldn't doubt it if you're not a water sign or have a water moon with all of this, especially with today being a Cancer full moon. But also, it's about intuition and gut. And I really feel like your interaction allowed you to see some things about your intuition, like you knew things, you had a sense of something, or more than one thing, actually. But for sure, absolutely, like you sensed stuff and it was confirmed as you interacted with them. And then it also triggered that emotional reflection and that emotional journey as well. So definitely a mirror, with all that reflection that we're just talking about. Definitely they're brought into on purpose for a purpose to show you what you wanted to see about yourself and whatever this ripple was. Wanted to bring it kind of to the surface so that you can start looking at something that has been weighing you down for quite a while, that you're able to release with the review of this. So it's like they're a stone that was thrown into a nice, calm pond, and the ripples are rippling out, and you're looking at those. But it does help you move through something from the past. So I do like that for you, though. But that's the little shaking, rattling, rolling that's going on with that. And that's what they have for you, Miss Sweet Like Honey. So many blessings to you. All right. And we'll continue going down for the free one. So Latoya, we are up. What's coming for you in 2023? Let's take a look here and see what one thing possibly that they want you to know about 2023. All right. Wow. So this is the year of you um, really putting your energy forward and focusing on what you want to do with things. This is a big nudge from spirit saying, go for it. What are you waiting for? To live your dream, to die? Let's go. Let's move it, move it. You have it. You don't need to doubt yourself. Move forward in whatever thing that you've been holding back on, because they are like the stars are in alignment. It's even like they're pointing up here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It's like they're pointing up here at all the star up here going, see, look at all the signs are there for you to make movement. See that and that and that and this. And they're like telling you it's time. And so it is a great nudge here for this is the year. If you've been waiting, going, one year it's going to be the right timing. This is it. They're like, there's no waiting for things to come to you, waiting for things to unfold, waiting. They're like, this is the year that you really understand what it is you want to do and you take step toward it. Even the first step is just writing it down, what you want. What do you truly want to do in your heart that's going to make your heart sing? Write it down. And then what steps do I need to have to get there? Well, I might need to research. Well, do the research, write it down. Then you have what you need to do. Then have a plan and what's the next thing. And really action, 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 and step by step toward it. Don't think about the journey of 1,000 steps. Just think about the next step or two. And but movement is what's coming for you. And it's about wherever you focus your wand is what grows and expands. So not focusing on what's missing or what you don't want in your life or what you fear, but what you are grateful for and what you do want, and let the energy expand that. So I like it, Latoya. This is the year, so boom, boom, boom. Here we go. That's what they have for you. So many, many blessings. All right. So, self love, you are up next. Any connection between you and V? All right. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know around your connection between you and V. Okay. Um, I think so. There's a 10 of cups here, which is this emotional fulfillment, some emotional confusion too, but definitely there seems to be a little bit, especially the new moon, the full moon. There's this cycle that you guys are going through, and I almost feel like it's um, like the orbit of the moon. It's not circular, it's oval. So there's times when it's closer and then it's further. It's closer and then it's further. It's closer, then it's further. And I feel like this is the ebb and flow. The connection comes and goes and it comes and it goes. And it's almost like a rubber band. But there is a connection there. It's just constantly moving currently. And so it's going through its cycles. Just realize it's there. Um, but that's there is definitely one there. So for right now, I feel like they're not saying that you have to do anything with it. I think awareness of it um, and the admission of it in your heart changes stuff. So we shall see. That's they're being mysterious right now. So they're like, go with the flow and just know the cycles that of the moon that you guys' connection goes through. So that's what they have. So many blessings for you. You are welcome, Starfall. All right. So Lilac Rooms, you are up next. So what does Spirit want you to know about your connection with that person? Dun dun dun. Let's take a look here. So the connection feels like it's a newer connection, or it's about to change to a newer connection, because the Three of Wands is a change of direction with new information, and it brings a new birth, a new start. It brings abundance into there. So it's like there is something that's about to change things because new information, new experiences, something happens where it does change it. It does take it to a new level, a new birth. But it feels abundant. It doesn't feel like it's icky or weird or anything like that. But things do change between you, and so there is about to be a change of direction for you. So this is a Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, Self Nurture type of card too. So while you're waiting for anything, really focus on you, focus on your self love um, as well for that. So that is the short and quick one for you, Lilac Room. So that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And I know I'm kind of going faster down the list here because I know this morning's too, I didn't get too many free readings. So I do want to give those to you guys. And so we'll work on how I can get through these and try to be fair to as many people as we can. So we'll figure it out. But I do have another donation. Hey, Brenda. No, not at all. A time frame for the question above. Let me just remember what that was here. I'm old. What can I do? Okay. When will you meet this guy? 2023, 2024, 2025. Okay. So we'll pull a card for each. 2023, 2024, or 2025. Okay. I feel like it's going to be 2023 because this is the balancing of the heart and mind. I think this card came up for you, didn't it? Regarding them too, maybe. I'm not sure. But there is this balancing of heart and mind. So I feel like it is this year because 2024, the Nine of Pentacles, shows you, um, on this feeling whole and completeness here. And 2025, when I'm asking if it would meet, it's like, no, this would be stealing from your joy. This would be like, no. So definitely, I feel like it is 2023 that is coming in there with the Queen of Swords. It just feels freeing there. Yeah. So I asked them to verify, and they do have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment and happiness this year. So um, it is this year. So I like it. Yep, this year, 2023 is when you'll meet them. That is what I got. Absolutely. Let's see. When would you marry? Will you marry? Oh, you just pull 3 cards here for each of those years for marriage, real quick, too. Well, you got this year. You have the Lovers card. So, because this would be next year, which would be this feels the trapping of the other. And the Ace of Wands, 2025, that just feels um it just didn't feel too far off. This is 2023 coming together. So I feel like it's going to be this year. What are you waiting for, right? I feel like it's happening. So yeah. So that is what they have. It's so soon. Nah. It's perfect timing. What are we waiting for? Let's get this party going, right? All right. So again, thank you so much for your additional donation there, Rinda. So many, many blessings for you. All right. Let me get back into the free readings here. So Rishi, you are up next. You'd like a general reading. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. All right. So you've got the Four of Wands coming here, and this is good. It's joy and celebration. And I love the way they have the wheel here. Almost reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune card, but that the wheel is turning. There's stable energy coming in, but it brings in a time of celebration and a time of joy. I almost feel like it's like focus on joy. What are you grateful for? Let that be your moment by moment mantra. I almost was like, I was started to have this like, hey, if you do like a gratitude journal or once a day, and they're like, no, once an hour, once an hour, what are you grateful for in this hour? Let that transform, let that energy transform as much as you can. Even if you do a little vibrating, alarm on your phone that says gratitude. So it goes off and it vibrates in your pocket, and you're like, what am I grateful for? And you're like, oh yeah, what am I grateful for? And it just brings you back into this energy that just expands and gives you more and more to be grateful for and more to be grateful for. And it just changes your magnetism of your life. It starts drawing in more of this than of things we don't want or things we fear or things that we're missing. It magnetizes you and draws completely different things in for you. So I feel like that's what Spirit is wanting you to know right now, Rishi. So I like that. I might do that. Not that I, am focusing on other things, but I like that idea of doing it every hour, because why not? I'd rather just increase my magnetism of things to be even more and more grateful for. All right. All right. So, Christy, you're the next free reading coming up here. So, a general reading. Let's see what Spirit has for you. So, what would Spirit like you to know right now, Christy? Hope everyone's having an amazing 2023. Christy, be the authentic you. Don't be drawn off in one direction or another by those blah, blah, blah people that you're just like, they can never find anything nice to say anyway, but anyone or anything. Don't worry about disappointing them. Don't let them draw you off of your path. And the people that praise you and support you, if they, we have these fears of because of our childhood praise and punishment, right? Like we get drawn and encouraged to do things because we're praised, and avoid doing things because we're punished by words or spankings or grounding or whatever. But it's this really beautiful nudge from spirit to just be the true authentic you, and ignore everyone unless you really seriously need information, not even advice. I was going to say advice, and they're like, psh, they scratched it out and said, no, information. If you need information, then you can ask people. But advice, right now, it's about you staying true to the authentic you in your heart and move forward. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? These decisions that are coming up for you, what do you want to do? Not what people are saying you're supposed to. And well, what will people think? Blah, blah, blah. They're all move forward. What do you want to do? And don't be afraid. Step forward. So I like it for you. That's what they have for you, Christy. So be the true, authentic you. Again, it's all about me in 2023. So I like that. All right. And I do see a couple donations. I'm gonna Shruti Kumari. I'm just gonna take care of that one real quick. So what's next in your life, love and career, and Kay's current feelings? Okay, we're gonna throw all that into one here. And let's take a look and see what okay. So with love and career, I do, with the Princess of Cups, Page of Cups, you do have new love coming in. So get ready, because here it comes. With love and career too, I feel like there's this shaking up that's going on here. Things are being removed out of your life. People are being removed out of your life, but it is for you, and it's opening up things to, come your way, because you do have the Chariot card, which is again another movement card, but it's a victory card, and it's things are unfolding and moving pretty rapidly. So I feel like love and career, it might be like a shakeup, but it's for you, even though in a moment, in the moment where things kind of are being removed out, it's like, but then you realize things are being moved out of your path and moved out of your life to make room for new things and make room so you to move forward in career and in love. Kay's current feelings for you, got the Five of Wands, which is conflict, strife. There is this fire, which it's the transformation of this energy is it feels conflicting, and it turns into feeling more friendly, but it feels very I just keep on hearing the word conflict. So let me see, just let me get real quick clarification on that. Yeah, because we have the Eight of Cups, which is about leave behind emotions that no longer serve you. Because this, you walk away and you end up finding something more like wish fulfillment. So Kay's current feelings, I almost feel like they're, I want to say wishy-washy, but it's like it burns bright and then it goes dim. It burns bright and then it goes dim. I just feel it's just like this, almost like the whatever the geyser is at Yellowstone Park that it goes off and then it disappears. And you're like, okay, where is it? Oh, there it is. And then it disappears. So I feel like Spirit's going, something much more deserving for you that's coming forward. So that's what they have for you, Shruti. So many blessings to you. All right. So let me take a look here. All right. So Brenda, oh sorry, I didn't see that. I think it's because I saw the couple that you had there. I overlooked that you had another donation. Sorry, Brenda. So career progression. Okay, very good. So let's take a look here. So I just reading through your question there. So basically, we're just looking at the career progression. Um, so of course, we saw that they started in government in India. Again, we had that King of Pentacles that popped up, which means he's going to be victorious. He's going to be definitely successful with the Sun card, one of the most victorious cards and brightest cards in that. So they're saying right off the bat that he's gonna do very well in whatever job that he ends up doing here. So let's take a look here. So let's take the energies and see, is it going to be US? Okay. India, and we're looking at ultimately long term here. Okay, and then what about government job in India? Okay, and is it going to be stable or are you going to be moving around? Okay, so USA, no. There's the disappointment card. So this is like a no. This would be a that doesn't come to fruition. In India, you have the Princess of Wands, which is the new fire, brightness, passion, a lot of energy, and then in government we have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like this is saying that it is in India, and it is and it is the government job, because this is the Ace of Wands that they would normally be carrying up there. So I feel like they're going to be in government in India. And we had the Hanged Man. They are hanging around. So there is staying in one spot because they're not going anywhere. They're hung upside down by one foot. So it would be stable. It would be in India doing the government job, is what I have from all of these. And I think that's what you were looking for there. Yeah. Yeah. So those are the answers. Yay. I know, right? So boom, boom, boom. All right. And then thank you again so much for your additional donation, Brenda. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. And Radha Gupta, you are up for your donation. And you said your boyfriend is going through legal trouble with a fraud case. Oh, okay. Will he get out of it safely? So will his business boom again or die down? Okay, let's take a look here. Ah, very good. Well, good that he's getting into that then. Beautiful. All right. So let's see what Spirit has to say here, Radha. Okay, yeah, not all those. Let me reshuffle these up real quick here. Okay, so will he get out safely from this fraud case? Just getting some clarity real quick here. Okay. And then will his business boom again or die down? Okay. So we have the Queen of Swords here, which is the balancing of the heart and the mind. It's a kind of an authority type of card coming in, and there's this balance. And I feel like they're kind of telling you that the reason why this happened is for them to understand, really looking into both their heart and their mind. Is this really what I want to do? Is this really all worth it? It's almost like a trial. It's like a trial by fire, and truly a trial, right? But there's this, because here's the worry, the transformation that happens with all of this too. And so I do feel like they get out safely because there's this transformation here that happens. And the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands, is new fire, new passion, new drive. That's why I feel they get out of it safely, because as they go through this, they realize what they really want, and that this is what they want to do, and where they want to head. But the 5 of Pentacles brings up these emotions they're going through about feeling abandoned, feeling left behind, feeling out, like left out in the cold. Like these people are like abandoned, right? But the 5 allows them to see it's not mankind that brings them what they need, but it's creator, it's higher realms, it's whatever you believe your higher power is, source, that they are the ones that bring you what you need in each moment. It's not mankind. They're just the shipping company, the delivery company, and that they're not at the whim of the courts, they're not at the whim of the world or anyone else, but that it's spirit, it's creator that brings us what we need in each moment. And so we can build this trust because their love for us is eternal and unconditional, never ending, and no way we can lose it. Unlike humans, where we go into fear and we withdraw our support from people, this is a transformation. So I feel like they wanted to let you know that this is happening for them to understand who really is in power, and that things can, you know, if they turn inward and upward and trust the creator, they see this, they see how things unfold. And then when we asked, well, okay, so he's gonna get out of it safely, will his business boom or die down? And we got the Empress card, which is harvest, new birth. And I think there's even, I'm not sure if that's there's a vase or something in there. You can't really see it, her holding it there. But it's I mean, it is abundance, it is new birth, it is, that coming in. So very positive, positive things. So that is what they have. So I am glad to hear that for you, for your boyfriend. So that is what they have. So thank you again for your donation. Many, many blessings to you. All right. So we will get back in order here for the free readings. We left off on random 30XYZ. What does Jason think of the secret you told him today? Whoa. Should you have not have said anything? Okay, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about that. And then was it for the highest experience for everyone involved? Okay. Yeah. So what does he think? It did. The Princess of Wands is the Page of Wands. It's fire. It spawned something within them, some passion, some drive. It definitely made something rise within them, and it just has them going into this kind of hermit reflective mode, like they're stepping back and looking inward. So whatever you told them just had them, really want to look into themselves. Whatever it did, it sparked something that they feel about themselves and how they want to look at those things. When I asked if it's for the highest experience for you guys, yeah, because you got the Page of Swords, new thoughts, new beliefs, new mindsets. Whatever rose up in here is one of the small T truths, or a couple of them that are related to the fears we have of losing conditional love, and they're able to look at things differently now because of it. It's, it's like they're saying it was meant at this time for that to bubble up stuff within them, so you were being a mirror to reflect them. That's something that they need to look at within themselves, or that not really that they need to, but they wanted to, their higher self wanted to. So, um, you know, they wanted to come up so that they deal with that, whatever those feelings are that bubbled up within them. That's for them to look at, and that's for them. You're not responsible for it. You're just the deliverer. It was what was meant to be. So I like that for you, random. So just allow them to deal with whatever they needed to do. So, you can't control that. All right. But that's what they have, random. So many blessings for you. All right. And I think Cyrus Singh, it looks like you have a donation there. And let me see here. Do you have a question up above, maybe? If not, I'm sure you'll be popping it down below here any second. I don't see one. At least my old man eyes are not spotting one yet. Oh, there you go. So what will be the birth month of your future spouse? And will he be an IES officer or an ISRS scientific, or neither? Okay, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has. Birth month, let me see that first. What will Spirit will, okay. All right, so we got the Hierophant, which, let me just look up something really quick here, because the Hierophant, I believe, is that Taurus? No, maybe not. Yeah, Hierophant is a Taurus. So you did get the Hierophant pop up, so they will be a Taurus. Uh-oh. Which is all right. And you even see the bull there. But which is all right. My brother's a Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. Very grounding. You're a Taurus too. Uh-oh. Oh, no, you guys will get along. So I like that. Whoops. Okay. And then, yep. So you got it. And then let's take a look here. First IES officer. Okay. Or a ISRO scientist. Or neither. Or other. Well, so for IES officer, we got the Prince of Swords, which is about movement, mind, night. It's the pursuit of higher truth, which makes sense with being an officer. Nine of Wands with the scientist. This is a barrier. This is a block. So that would be a no. And for neither, I got the Queen of Cups, which would be more emotions and more deep diving and more what am I trying to say, more because say psychiatrist, but counseling, that type of thing. But I really feel with this coming out here with the Prince, I feel the power there. So I feel like the IES officer, because they are the defenders of truth and the movement and the the night coming in there. So I feel that that is so it's going to be a Taurus with an IES officer is what Spirit is bringing through in those cards. So I like it. So Taurus, woo woo. So thank you again so much for your donation. And that's what they have for you right now. You are very welcome. All right. All right. And so we left off with Anjali. I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. I am trying to kind of speed through some free readings to at least to get some answers for you guys. And of course, if I'm not able to get through, this is my busy weekend where I'm on both in the morning and in the evening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 11 a.m. in the mornings, Mountain Time. and then 7 p.m. in the evenings. And of course, I have a ton of free content that is available as well. So I'll talk more about that here in a moment if I'm not able to get down to everyone. All right. So Anjali, you want to know Sarish's hidden intentions towards you and hidden thoughts. All right. Well, we got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. So I don't feel like they've got hidden thoughts around there. I feel like they're pretty straightforward with that. But the intentions, we have the High Priestess, which she is about the unconscious, the subconscious, the hidden. So there is some, hidden intentions that are down underneath. And we've got the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is this about their worth, feeling abandoned, feeling left behind and left out in the cold. And so, because we're asking about intentions in a relationship here, and with it being hidden, it might even be hidden to them, it might be subconscious to them, but they're looking for security. They're looking for someone that won't make them feel abandoned, that won't make them feel left out in the cold. They're looking for a nurturer, for someone that will, make them feel, yeah. Then we get the Queen of Cups popping out. Someone who's so loving and so caring and so giving, like Mother Luna, back here. Queen of Cups reminds me so much of the High Priestess too. Both of them, are so motherly and giving and nurturing and reassuring. And I feel like that's what they're looking from you. And you've got that Virgo energy, Anjali, too. So grounding, that I just feel like you attract so many people that just feel like they want you to be their anchor, and you're like, not for free. But that's what's going on there. I feel like there's a lot of that. They want you to be their strength, and that nurturing side. So that's what they have for you, Anjali. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. So continue moving down the free list, and we're to Mira. You want any advice from Spirit? Let's see what they have here. So we do have the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset coming in here. So if you have a conflict that's going on, something that's really been really gnawing at you, this is a movement card. This is a step into a different way of approaching it, a different way of thinking about it, a different way of communicating in the situation too. Moving from thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are rooted in fear of losing conditional love, all these opinions of supposed to, should, need to, have to, must that we've been given, and try seeing it from a higher viewpoint, ones that are rooted in unconditional love. Try not to approach this situation that's coming up or that you're in right now from a place of trying to prove that you're right and that they're wrong, that your opinion matters and is the right one. Yours is the right decision. It's almost like them saying it's a good time to balance back and forth. Allow them to feel right, even if they're not. Allow them to feel right. Even in the inside, you're going, I know you're not, but allow them to have their viewpoint and their their thinking. Because as you look at things from a higher viewpoint, you start to care less about winning the battle but losing the war, and being like, let me just try to see things from people's perspectives as well. So I like that for you right now, and that's what advice Spirit has for you regarding what you're in right now or where you're headed. Uh-oh. Dun dun dun. All right. So that is what they have, Mira. Many blessings. And Princess Pinky, you are up. Need like a general reading. Let's see what they have for you here. What do you have for Princess Pinky? All right. Wow. So you got the Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups. This represents emotional movement. And you can see here all knights go for a quest. And this knight is questing in his hands there the chalice, the Holy Grail. And I love that they have the lotus flower there too. So there is this movement, this uh, change of love, this different approach to love, this search for love, and movement coming into your life here. It does, nudge you to connect to the highest love because that Ace of Cups is the chalice. It's full of the unconditional love of the creator of all things. It's that eternal unconditional love that we are truly searching for. And the more you connect to that higher love, the more that the love of the outside world transforms, because we stop looking for it to be our fulfillment, because we find that inward and upward. Then whatever people bring us from the outside, instead of always feeling like it's falling short, it's actually abundant and over and above and beyond. So I know it sounds kind of harsh that we can take it or leave it, but we can take it or leave it. And because we are full on the inside, which takes all the pressure off and the desperation that we can get trying to find love in the outside world. And so there's this beautiful movement, this beautiful quest for love that's taking you in this beautiful new direction. And that's what they want you to know that's going on right now. So if you're like, what is happening in my love life? This is what is happening. So I like that for you, Princess Pinky. So that is what they have. Many blessings for you. Right, Divine Goddess, you are up next. So what is coming towards you? Let's take a look here. So what is coming towards you that Spirit wants you to know? Ooh, I like this. New communication is what's coming in here for you. Ace of Swords can mean also higher knowledge, higher education, higher wisdom coming in. But the first thing that came to me was the communication, that you have new communication that's coming forward for you that's going to be significant. Let me see here, just to make it a quick clarifier. What is this regarding this communication? It's a secret. It's emotional. So it's an emotional communication that's coming through. But it's unknown. It's mysterious with it being the moon coming in there. So that is what they have there. Nothing else. Nothing. Okay. So they do have the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and moving forward. So I feel like this new communication, whatever it is, it's like, okay, this is bringing closure for you. It's allowing you to move past something. Or I almost feel like it's like, okay, I've had enough of this interaction. It just doesn't, uh, it's no longer for me. It's not helping me anymore. I'm ready to move past it. And so it kind of nudges you to walk away from it and leave it in the past. So you're just like, you know what? It's the same old, same old. Why am I investing my emotional energy in it? I'm moving forward. And so I feel like this is good closure that's coming up for you with this. So that's what they have for you, Divine Goddess. All right. So we are to Grace. So Spirit's advice on your love life. I know I'm kind of doing lightning round and doing them faster here because we're getting down to, I'm only going to be on for about 10 more minutes. And so I'm going to try to get through as many free ones. But if you do want to make sure I do get to your reading in this session, I do honor donations. That you do get priority. I honor that exchange of energy between us. And so if you do make a donation, I'll make sure to complete it in this session. If you're not able to make a donation, I totally understand that. We're not always able to do that. But I do have a ton of free content that I also put out. If you click on my Breda Zen Mystic Tarot name, it'll take you over to my main page where my playlists are. I have pick a cards, weekly energy updates, monthly readings, solstice, equinox readings, just a lot of free content. And if you follow your heart, Spirit will guide you to the video or videos that have the messages for you. They're all free as well, so that is an option. I will be back tomorrow morning. And actually, while I'm doing this here, I'm going to pop out here. We do have a weekly, not a weekly, a bi-weekly, every 2 week giveaway as well for some reading. Readings, at least one usually, but if there's other options, if you check out that video, you can also see those opportunities. And I also offer personal readings on a sliding price scale, which all that information is in the description box of the video down below. So options, options, options. And thank you also for everyone that has given the video a thumbs up. That does help spread the Zen love. And so it's a free little thing that you can do that seems small, but the YouTube algorithm loves it. And it then helps spread the videos to other people too as recommended videos. So thank you for being a part of the tsunami of love and doing that. All right. So Grace, you are the next free one, and you wanted spirit advice on your love life. Let's take a look here. All right. Okay. Well, you know, their advice, the Hierophant can represent commitment. And so like commitment, relationship, marriage, that type of thing. So you do have that coming. They're just, you've got both the Seven of Pentacles and the King of, the Prince, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Both of these, the Seven of Pentacles is about patience. What's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. The Prince of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, all about the seasons. It takes time for things to unfold in the outside world. So 2 patience cards coming up with commitment. And so I know we love it when we get those. But so Spirit's advice is, while we're waiting for the paint to dry on the walls of love, for it to come in and move forward, what you can do is work on your self-love. Whenever it feels like our love life or even job or whatever we're waiting for in life, that it feels like it's going really, 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 really slow, it's happening for us so that we have an opportunity to focus on our self-love, because we cannot love others more than the extent that we love ourselves, nor receive love from others greater than the extent we love ourselves. So if our self-love is like this big, no matter if they flood in all this love, it's only going to drip into our heart. And if we're wanting to push all this love out to them, it's only going to drip out to there. But the more we expand our self-love and focus in on what are those fears that we have around ourselves and relationship and love, and as we grow that, then that raises our vibration while they're working on it too. Then that's what draws us together at a higher vibrational level of love that's more in tune with what we want than what we've been doing and getting what we've been getting, in the past. We're ready for something much bigger. And so that's what Spirit's advice is while this patience message comes up regarding it. But I like that they're saying, yeah, you have commitment, you have marriage that comes. It's just going to take time, but the faster you work and the more you work on your inner love, the faster the outside, it speeds back up. So that's also within your hands, which is great. You're not just like, oh my gosh, I'm on a slow boat to China. It's like, no, you can, you are the one that's holding the say the speedometer, whatever on a boat, the speed mechanism on the boat. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Grace. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Continue going down here, please. All right. So Pinky, you are up next. So his current feelings for you. Let's see what they want you to know here. Well, we got the Hanged Man here. So the current feelings are that they are it's like an undecided. They're in this trying to see things from a higher perspective. They're trying to really understand just a whole situation, and I almost feel it's like even bigger than that. They're just looking at their entire life, trying to figure out what's going on, what is happening. Yeah, I mean, you've got the even the justice card. They're balancing things out. They're trying to figure things out in their life and their emotions and everything else. I feel like they're in this big transformational time of their life because the Hanged Man kind of looks like a cocoon, like a caterpillar who's uh, turning into caterpillar juice as it dissolves to turn into a butterfly. And so they're in a big, huge transformational time in their life. And so it is contemplating, and they're trying to figure everything out that's going on. And I feel like they're just a lot of emotional confusion, a lot of mental confusion, because, they just, it feels like there's so many moving parts happening in their life that you're one of them, which is great, but there's just so much going on. I feel like they're not giving much attention to any one thing. They're just like, well, it's like they're putting out fires rather than being able to really plan and do things. I feel like they're just in that mode right now. So that's what they have for you right now, Pinky. I know. Don't take it personally. Feels like their whole world is a storm. So stay clear for momentarily, and we'll see what unfolds after that. But right now, I feel like they're in their cocoon stage. So that's what they have. Hey, lovely, lovey. Thank you for your donation. And so you get the loan to help your daughter keep her condo? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has there. Let's see what we have. So will we get the loan to help daughter with the condo? Okay, let me just refresh these real quick. All right. Just getting some clarification. Sorry for the suspense. All right. So I do like this for you. So ultimately, this is the answer that you want to know, which is the King of Pentacles. And that is abundance. That is an affirmative yes there. There's just some balancing that's going on here because we've got um, the Princess of Swords is the Page of Swords. So there's some this is like new communication that's going to actually, I feel like this is new communication is going to be coming in very fast. You have the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. So fast movement, new communication coming in. And what's just been taking a little bit of time here, they just things are being balanced out. You have the Justice card is when they're weighing things out, and it takes its process. You can even see kind of the moons. It's like there's a process. Things unfold, the balancing going back and forth, and it goes through all the processes. But um, I do, I do. With that King of Pentacles, that is an affirmative that you do get the victory because Pentacles is money and coins in the outside world, and the King of Coins, is a very abundant card there. So that would be yes for you, lovely, lovey. So thank you so much for your donation there. Greatly appreciate that. Yeah, Rishi, I actually did do your reading. I got all the way down here. I didn't start the free readings until like an hour in, so if that helps. So you can kind of gauge that a little bit there. All right. So we are at the 2 hour mark here. And I know I'm like, oh, especially when I get to like someone's like, I'm next. And I was like, oh, but we're done. And thank you. There's so many more to go. I would stay on all night if I could. Um, but I do have to balance, 2 hours of readings is where Spirit is wanting me to kind of keep it at. I am on, like I mentioned earlier, Wednesdays through Sundays. I'm on every night at 7 p.m. Mountain. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. So 2 hours each of those times, if you can catch me with those. I do honor the donations, and thank you again so much, because Wed-Sun does love to eat. And so it's good to have food, and that's what it goes toward. I have a lovely host who allows me to live here, but I do buy my own food. So that's what it goes towards. And I also have, like I mentioned a little earlier, a ton of free content. So if I wasn't able to get to you guys and you need an answer tonight, and you're not, of course, not able to make a donation, I totally understand. We're on total different, monetary positions in our life, even within our own lives, much less independent from each other. So I understand if you're not able to make a donation, but I do put a ton of other free content out, which I posted some. Let me repost some of those now, just for convenience purposes, so you can just click on them. We have the full moon alert for the Cancer full moon. This is the weekly energy updates. It tells you all about this beautiful full moon Cancer energy that we have and how you can make the most of it too, for releasing things right now. And I did post the personal reading giveaway. Let me just repost it here. So if you haven't checked that out, this is how I'm going to handle reading giveaways for at least for a while here. We'll see how you guys like this approach. We also have what a spirit wants you to know around abundance right now for 2023. This was a pick a card that came out yesterday, I think. It all runs together. We have the winter summer solstice playlist as well by each individual zodiac sign. And then there's others too around messages from your soulmate, soul partner, or twin flame. I'll just throw that one in there. But there's a bunch of pick a card readings too. So if you go to my playlists, you can check some of those out. And what else? I think that was it. Oh, and then I also offer, of course, personal readings on a sliding price scale. And some of them pretty affordable. If you check the description box of the video down below, you can also book a reading as well. So those are the options. I will be back tomorrow morning. And thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up, for all your love, and especially for your thirst to hear from Spirit. I just am blown away by everyone just wanting to know information from them and about your relationship with them. So I am going to try to figure out how I can get to more free readings. I might just pop on here and there out of the blue, and to be able to do free readings as well. But we'll figure out more and more. So appreciate your patience as we learn and grow together. And please know, as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you, yes, you, are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you too. You guys have a wonderful night or wonderful day wherever you're out in the world. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Until then, much love.